And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, a real estate and finance expert, and goes to bat for you every day as your consumer advocate. Your host, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and providing you the timely truths. First up is going to be Mr. Danny Triplett, Full House Liquidation Estate Sales, a longtime partner of the show and friend of mine as well. Welcome in. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it, Brandon. Thanks. It's always fun to be here. I love talking about estate sales and being on the show. It's a lot of fun. Today we're going to talk about some estate sales that we just had recently and some coming up. Also about how estate sales and real estate are a win-win. We're going to talk about some examples of that. And also we have a great offer for our listeners today. And also we want to talk a little bit about some tips and some ideas for listeners who are considering an estate sale.
Yeah, you know, estate sales are exploding with shows like American Pickers and Antiques Roadshow across the country here. So some great content coming up from Danny with Full House Liquidations. Back in studio, man. What you been seeing out there, brother?
A lot of things. We've been really busy right now this time of year. We've been getting a lot of phone calls. We've got sales that we're just finishing up, some in the works right now. We've just signed like 3 contracts in the last 24 hours. We're just slammed busy. We've got 2 appointments this weekend, a beautiful big one down in St. Pete, down near the pier that used to be a bed and breakfast. That's a big one with like a big 2-story house and 2 cottages behind it. We got to meet with that family there. A lot going on. We just finished an estate sale a couple weeks ago up in Spring Hill, and we had about 200 to 250 people on opening morning waiting out down the street.
I saw that video.
Oh, it's huge.
The video on your Facebook page is crazy. People are just lined up running to that house.
It is. People love to come to estate sales. It's a lot of fun for the shoppers and a lot of fun for us too. We enjoy the crowd. It's a lot of fun. A lot of work, going into them, getting them ready. But estate sales are a really profitable means of making money for the family when they're downsizing or they have someone pass away. In this situation, the lady her husband had passed away a couple of years ago. She wanted to sell off most of the contents of the property. I mean, all the outbuildings. We're going to do her house in a couple of months from now when she's ready. But she'll be moving up north to live with her son. So she needed to downsize and get rid of all of this stuff before she moved. She's up in age, pushing 90. Yep. But and then I'd like to talk about how real estate and estate sales really are a win-win. They're a good combination. Mm-hmm. They go hand in hand. A lot of times we get leads from realtors, but then sometimes we meet with clients and we do an estate sale for them, and they don't have a realtor. They need to find one to list the property. And in fact, just yesterday, I was going back up to Spring Hill to meet with that client, and we were going to sell some guns and everything for them. And long story short, I saw one of Brandon's real estate signs up in the area, and so I sent Brandon a picture, and I was like, "Hey, remember?" And so it was interesting. I got to talking to that family, and they didn't have a realtor, and they needed one. So, of course, I told them about that while we were talking about the estate sale, and now Brandon's going up there this afternoon to meet with them. So it's a win-win.
If you just joined us, you're listening to Danny Triplett. He's the owner of Full House Liquidation Estate Sales here in the Tampa Bay market. And a lot of forced sale by owners. A lot of people try to do the estate sales on their own. But, just like I say in real estate, you're leaving money on the table many times if you try to do it on your own. And the same thing with your estate sales, because you've got a list of 2,000 to 3,000 people that love these estate sales, and they're lining up.
Oh, yeah, big time. In fact, speaking of leaving money on the table, I was just reading a feel-good story in a sense, just recently, last night, actually. I network on Facebook with a lot of estate sale owners around the country that conduct estate sales and have companies. And one of them was saying that, just kind of like what you were saying, there was 2 people that lived across the street from each other, both up in age, 2 couples. They were friends. Well, both of the wives ended up passing away not too far, time frame, apart from each other. Well, the one husband across the street, he decided to do it on his own. He basically just put everything out there in the garage, and the second person in line offered him $1,000 for everything, and he was happy. Well, then when the estate sale company came in across the street to conduct the estate sale for his friend whose wife had also passed away, the estate sale company, ran it for 3 or 4 days, however long it was. And this guy over there kept saying, his friend across the street kept saying, well, look at all the time they're spending. This is a waste. You shouldn't, hire somebody to do a garage sale for you, thinking it was just some little measly thing. And estate sales are a lot more than just a garage sale, their entire contents of an estate. Well, long story short, once he got over there and was talking to them and kind of, razzing them and saying, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
He started asking them, well, how much have you guys done so far? And remember, he got $1,000 for his contents. And the estate sale company owner told him, well, so far, it is our third day, but we're pushing a little bit over $20,000 right now, which means our client's going to get about $12,000. So
yeah, and more from Danny Triplett, Full House Liquidation Estate Sales, does a great job.
Yeah, and this one's coming for Danny, and it's from Victoria, and this is coming off of realestateradiotampa.com. And Victoria says, my grandmother just passed away, and our family's looking to hold an estate sale at her home. What should we expect during the estate sale process?
I always tell families when I first come to meet with them, as far as what to expect, basically we want you to not have to lift a finger. That's one of our, our goals is that the family doesn't have to do anything. It's on their end. We come in and do everything for them from start to finish. We meet with them. We go over the contract, the agreement, and the process basically in a nutshell is we come in, we evaluate the contents, we take a lot of pictures after we've staged it if we need to. Sometimes we need to go in and stage homes because a lot of times families have gone through there and got what they want out of the home, and then we come in and restage it if we need to. Some homes, like one we're getting ready to do up in Odessa, it's a $1.2 million home in a lake. It's just like a museum. When you walk in there, you don't even have to do anything. It's ready for pictures. So then once we get the pictures, we take hundreds of pictures, put them all over the internet. I mean, all kinds of websites. We draw large crowds. Like I said, our last sale, we probably had 200 to 250 people waiting outside to get in. It was a huge turnout over 3 days. And then back to the nutshell. I get distracted easily. So when you meet with you, we take the pictures. We advertise it very, very heavily. And then we go in and we price everything, obviously, before the sale starts. We were in there sometimes for a week. We've had estates that have taken us a month. I mean, just for everything to get ready because they're huge estates. Recently, we, on average, I'd say it's about a 2-week process from start to finish on average, usually. But basically, the family doesn't have to do anything. We come in and meet with you. We ask you just to take out what you want to keep, your loved ones, whatever it might be. We come in and then take care of everything from start to finish. So.
Turnkey solution, and it's going to help you maximize the profits on the sale. Just you can do it on your own, but you're not going to make as much money. Danny's got a list of over 2,000 folks that he's blasting out. He's doing marketing, unique, specialized marketing for those types of people that love the estate sales. I mean, you look at his website, fullhouseliquidation.com, and you see all of the video, you see the pictures and folks, and he also has armed security on staff, which is a great great value add. You got to have that security because sometimes people are going to be fighting over certain things, and he's got some really cool nuggets, and brought in a cool comic book for me today I'm going to give to my daughter. What is this, 1972?
Right, Conan the Barbarian.
Very cool. Yeah, my daughter's going to love this. So Danny Triplett, Full House Liquidation.
Well, I have an offer also for this. I have some tips and nuggets of advice also, but I do have an offer I would like to give out to the listeners who are listening to the show right now. Basically, our company is an estate sale company, like we mentioned before, and we have an offer. Our motto for Full House Liquidation is leaving you with a full wallet and an empty house. So we like to fill your wallet in more ways than one, not always through an estate sale. The offer we have today is for anyone listening, the first 5 people who text in this 2 simple words, full house, to 813-917-1894, you will receive $50 worth of free Powerball tickets on our behalf. We will not on our behalf, from us. It's just something. That's another way we want to fill your wallet. That's our motto: leaving you with a full wallet and an empty house. So for the first 5 listeners that text in "full house" to 813-917-1894, we will send you $50 worth of free Powerball tickets.
Wow, that's cool, Danny. Thanks for doing that, man. That's awesome. I appreciate you doing that. And the only thing is they have to split the profits for the winnings with us, right? Right.
Yeah, make sure you get a contract or get it in writing so that they end up winning, $100 million. Be like, hey, remember your good friend Danny?
Yeah, awesome, Danny. Thanks for doing that, man. So yeah, you heard them there, estate sales partner. Keep them in mind for everything estate sales, anything happening out there. Of course, on the website, all of our cards, announcement cards of our partners, website, phone numbers as well. What a great offer. Thanks for doing that.